Hey everybody, it is Sip It or Skip It time. Again, it's Wednesday. I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, whatever it selects. I'm going to pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, let you know if I'm going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and replace it because I like it. Or once the bottle's gone, I'm going to skip buying it because I don't like it and move on to something else. If you're interested in this information and you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I produce videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I have a November giveaway. I think you have 2 days until the deadline of November is going to be at its end. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, read through the rules in the description below. And with that, let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we're doing today. Okay, we are doing Booker's Kentucky Tea. I actually think I did a Sip It or Skip It in October with a Booker's also. My memory is so bad these days. I think it was Ronnie's batch. I think that's what it was. So let's go ahead and get the Kentucky Tea out, which I believe is a 2022 release also. Give it a pour, let you know what I think of it. All right, I really couldn't read what this was. So Kentucky Tea, the 2022-03 release. Just like all Bookers, they come in these nice little packages. Let me get this thing out of here. I really don't think this is going to be a long review because if you watched my other review on a Sip It or Skip It, you already know what this is going to be. But if you are new here, let me go ahead and go through the whole process so you can kind of have an idea of what these things are all about. The information for this whiskey is all right here, along with my Sip It or Skip It tallies up to this point. I have a document in the description below if you want to look at the totality of this entire series. I always need to refresh my memory. This is 63.25%, and it has an age of 7 years, 4 months, and 14 days. All of the Bookers have these individual cards that give you all of the different types of bourbons that are in here. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the nose, on the palate, and let you know if this is going to be a sip or a skip. Booker's, if you don't know, has a Jim Beam nutty note to it. Based on some of the expressions, they could be a dusty peanut shell. They could actually be peanut butter. This one, the Kentucky Tea, is actually in between peanut butter and a dusty peanut shell. I always like the Jim Beam nutty note, whether it's peanut butter or the dusty peanut shell. And then behind that, there's a spice, like a cinnamon, like a cooking spice, a little bit of pepper. It does come across as a little bit sour, and there's a little bit of a darker, jammy fruit note coming through on the nose. Vanilla, brown sugar, those things are typical, but it's that jammy fruit note that's kind of latching on to me, along with the dusty peanut butter note. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing on the palate. That's 63.25% ABV. Punches you. There's a really good cherry sweetness that rises up to the front. And excuse me, I'm drilling just a little bit. That nutty note is there. The peanut butter note is there. A little bit drying on the side. The finish is just going on forever. The more it sits, that ABV heat starts to elevate. Good cinnamon note, good vanilla, brown sugar. And there it is again. That there's like a fruit jam note, almost like a stewed berries that are like red berries all together. And you reduce them down and you get a really good hearty, is it compote? But it tastes like red jam, like reduced concentrated fruits. And then all the while, there's the oak note drying on the side of the tongue. Finish turns a little bit bitter. All in all, it's not bad. Let's get that second sip in and let you know if these are going to be sips or skips going forward. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's a very proofy cherry, peanut butter, peanut shell, jammy, oaky, tannic, long finish, bourbon. That's pretty much all I got for you. Now, whether or not these are going to be sips or skips, if you've been here for a while, you already know. Going forward, these are going to be skips. I really don't think there's anything wrong with them, but based on the price, I think they're northwards of more than $100 now. I paid $104.99 for this one. Even though I do like the Jim Beam profile, I don't think these are worth chasing to buy every single release. So until I am completely out of the current Bookers that I have, these are going to be skips. There's always a caveat that one of these batches might be an amazing batch that you might just have to go out and get. That's always going to be a given, just like the Elijah Craigs and the Larcenies and anything that is released maybe 3 or 4 times a year. You do run that chance of getting a spectacular release. If that's the case and rave reviews come out about one, I'll probably end up picking them up. But until that happens, these are going to be skips. Let me know where you are at with Bookers. Are you somebody that chases each one of the releases? Do you have every one of them? Or is it something that you do that I'm going to start doing is waiting on reviews, see how people are reacting to them. And if something good comes out, I'll consider buying another one. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And with that, that's all I have for you today. So wherever you are at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. Talk to everybody later. Cheers.